It is Y105, Dubuque's #1 hit music station. My name is Steve Pulaski, and my next guest is the wife of the late, great comedian Gilbert Gottfried. You saw her in the wonderful documentary Gilbert in 2017, and she's excited to reveal that you can purchase the limited edition 2LP vinyl set called Gilbert Gottfried Still Screaming via Clown Jewels. Pre-sale is up now at clownjewels.com. She is Dara Gottfried. She joins us now. How are you today, Dara?
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Dara, I appreciate you. In your words, what is this new limited edition set?
Well, the story goes that I bugged Gilbert forever to put out an album, and he didn't want to put it out because he thought if people could buy his material, they wouldn't go see his live shows. So unfortunately now that's not an issue, and I figured, all right, well, it's time to put out his stand-up. So Neil Berkeley, who made the wonderful documentary Gilbert, which you could see now online, we took the best of his stand-up from all of the shows that he filmed, and we put an album together, and it's Gilbert's first and only original stand-up album.
You've done a wonderful job at keeping Gilbert's legacy alive, but let me ask you, what do you want people to know about you, Dara Gottfried?
I appreciate that. You know what? All I could say is that, I don't know, I love making things happen. And Gilbert and I had a wonderful relationship with two beautiful kids. We were together 25 years. And I just feel like I want to continue doing what I love to do. I started the podcast for Gilbert, which you could hear on gilbertgottfried.com. We interviewed over 400 guests. That was my idea. I'm putting this album out. I started the Gilbert Gottfried myotonic dystrophy type 2 research fund, which is the disease, unfortunately, Gilbert died of. And I'm trying to build awareness and funds to help find a cure for that. I just feel like I'm trying to do good, in this world. That's my purpose.
Speaking of which, there are a lot of really cool links and elements on Gilbert Gottfried's website. I presume a lot of that is your doing. So I want to give you the opportunity to talk about those resources that are at gilbertgottfried.com.
I appreciate that. Well, you could donate to the charity, which I'm really proud of. There's 4 new studies that just launched last week at Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester to try to find treatments for the disease Gilbert had that no one even knows about, myotonic dystrophy type 2. He was also an incredible artist, and no one knew he was an artist. And my daughter, who's a senior in high school, made an incredible documentary that's on Gilbert's website talking about his artwork. And I made limited edition prints that you could purchase, which is great for Christmas and the holidays, and that's on his website. And basically, I'm trying to keep his legacy alive because he deserved it.
Dara Gottfried, the wife of the late great comedian Gilbert Gottfried, that vinyl set, again, Gilbert Gottfried Still Screaming, available right now, clownjewels.com. I'm so glad you two had the opportunity to make the movie Gilbert and share that beautiful documentary with the world. Was there anything that surprised you about your husband when making that movie, Dara?
You know what? It was such a great story how that came about. Steve, for 2 years, the director, Neil Berkeley, begged Gilbert to do this movie, and Gilbert would not give him an answer. And finally, I just said, Neil, just come. And the first scene of the movie, Neil walks in, and Gilbert's in his bathrobe, and he's ironing a shirt. And Neil said to him, do you have any idea who I am? Because he just walked into the house, and Gilbert's like, no, I have no idea who you are. He never agreed to do the movie. He never even signed the contract until after it was finished and we saw the movie, which was 2 years later. And he's so happy that he did. He was so happy that he did.
One of the recurring motifs in that documentary, I remember, and it's one that is relatable to me too, is that anytime Gilbert would stay at a hotel, he would always take like the complimentary toiletries and things like that. Do you still have the suitcases of like soap and conditioner and shampoo and everything that he collected over the many decades?
Well, honestly, I donated a good amount, but I still have some bins of them in the storage room I couldn't get rid of. Oh my God, there were so many. I remember the one story for Mother's Day for his sister. I was making him give some stuff away when we were moving, and he had hundreds and thousands of these little soaps, Eastern Airlines soaps, Pan Am soaps. And she said, no, I only want the big bars. So he stayed up all night unwrapping the little bars of soap and mashing them together under the water, in the sink, mashing them together to make big bars, filled up an entire entire garbage bag full of Big Bars that he smashed together from little ones and brought it to her for Mother's Day. That's the kind of guy he was.
Was he the kind of guy, too, to like use scissors and cut the toothpaste open so that he could get like every morsel of toothpaste out of a tube?
Oh, you have no idea how many tubes of toothpaste. He had hundreds of tubes of toothpaste, and of course they were all on sale, and he'd use them till they were flat. My daughter did a science project in elementary school. Does toothpaste expire? Because Gilbert had collected toothpaste still from the 80s.
How did that go over?
She won first place.
I love it. The whole family's got stories for years. I absolutely love it. She is Dara Gottfried. I can't recommend that documentary, Gilbert, enough, too. That's just such a wonderful movie. What, personally, though, Dara, is one of your favorite memories of Gilbert?
Just how wonderful how sweet he was, and how great he was with the kids. And he was a big kid, he just was the sweetest. He got a lot of flack after the whole Aflac thing, and he didn't really deserve it. He was just such a kind, sweet man. I'm so excited about this album. Again, it's Clown, CLOWN, Jewels. Like jewelry with an S, Jewels, clownjewels.com, and you could pre-order it. There's only 1,000 copies that we're making of the vinyl. It's a double vinyl, and Penn Jillette wrote the liner notes, and Jeff Ross made the title. And the back of the fourth side of the vinyl is Gilbert's artwork etched into the album, the vinyl.
That vinyl, again, Gilbert Gottfried, still screaming, available via the website clownjewels.com, CLOWN jewels.com. She is Dara Gottfried. Dara, I want to give you the final word. Feel free to promote your social media. Where can people find you? Where can people find, again, all those resources you were talking about and things like that? All things Gilbert Gottfried. I want to give the final word up to you, Dara.
Thank you. Clownjewels.com for the album, gilbertgottfried.com for his artwork, and for information on the charity. And I'm Dara Gottfried. Find me wherever I am.
Dara, I greatly appreciate it. I wish you and your family nothing but the absolute best. Thank you so much for making the time today.
This was great. Thank you, Steve. This was a lot of fun.